Welcome back to Dark Underworld, episode 12. This episode is once again powered by RPG Sessions. It is the only virtual tabletop made specifically for the narrative dice system Star Wars and Genesys RPGs. You can check it out by using the link down in the description below or by typing RPG Sessions into your browser's URL bar up above. You can also click this card up in the corner to learn how to set up your very first RPG Sessions session. So go do that today. Also, a huge thanks to Patreon, to our council members, Ace Hatchman, Nathan Gervais, Logan Williams, J Danger 87, Brian Douglas, and Cato of Borg. Thank you all so much for your ongoing support, and the rest of Patreon as well. You guys are the reason why we're able to continue maintaining the show and all that other fun stuff. So thank you so much. Last session, we rolled Obligation, and Obligation did in fact trigger. So we'll see what happens. Everybody needs to lower your strain threshold by 1. Okay, and then now everybody, let's roll our destiny tokens.
Well, there's a way to lower it, right?
I just gave you guys 2 light
obligation trigger. Okay, fine.
Yeah, you can have a modifier. 1 dark side, 1 dark side, 1 dark side.
Oh gosh.
1 dark side. Wonderful. So if y'all remember last session, I rolled 2 dark side, and each of the players rolled 1 light side. Each of the players rolled 2 light side. Today, I rolled 2 light side, and each of the players rolled 1 dark side.
Oh,
so we now have 2 light side and 4 dark to start off this session.
That's how the tables have tided.
How the tables have turned. We're going to pick up then tomorrow, like in the next day. You can heal 1 wound and all your strain. But we're also going to go over XP summary, what y'all spent your XP on last session. So Ragro bought this talent defensive stance, as well as he increased his dedication. So his willpower went from 3 to 4. Shay got dedication, intelligence 4 to 5. Mott got this talent second chances, and Keenan got knows the ropes and black market contacts.
Yo, look at my mechanics, like check die. Just look at it.
Yeah, that looks nutty.
That's crazy. That's 3 yellow and 2 green.
And any of my knowledge skills.
Yeah, hopefully now you actually start passing some of these really easy knowledge checks that you should be passing to begin with.
You would think.
One would imagine. One would imagine.
So last session, we started off with a little flashback into Shay and Keenan's backstories a little bit. And then flashing forward, Keenan had been looking around for a certain friend of a friend that he knew once upon a time. And everybody kind of spotted him as he was leaving the house one day. And they all decided to tag along to the Fountain of Ruth, a cantina owned by a Chandrillan mob gangster lady, where they found Chibo, a Rhodian who is high up ranking official with the Pykes. While inside this cantina with Chibo, they set up a time to meet him 2 days later to get a meeting with the Pykes. They also at that time ran into a lady ran into them asking for help to rescue her son. The players agreed to do that. And all the while, Mott was trying to sell spice and death sticks to children for their mother. Eventually, the players went over to the Insomnia District that's now controlled by the Red Fang, and they rescued Curtiv from the Red Fang's grasp, and Keenan returned the son to the mother, and with a very heartfelt gesture that nobody else saw. And that's where the screen faded to black. So, while Keenan was off returning a certain Curtiv to his mother, Shay, were you doing anything in the headquarters that you wanted to do, or are you still holding off?
Did she ever really find any of the information she was looking for?
You found some information, and mainly the information that you found was that the Force is in all living things, and even the most powerful Jedi had to train to become proficient at wielding it, and that the Force pretty much has a light side and a dark side based on the kinds of emotions you use. And for anybody watching, we recorded episode 12 like 3 weeks ago, so because we had a lot of players move in between these recordings and other stuff happening, so that's why our break was a little longer than planned.
Has she ever attempted to meditate yet?
You have not, but you've also not injected yourself with the thing.
Yeah, I know. She wants to just see if there's anything that comes from meditating before she does it. She'll do that for a little bit.
Okay, yeah, what does that look like for Shay?
She's in her room. She's got everything, which is weird because she's usually in the garage. Got everything silent and turned off, like all electronics, which again is weird. And then she just kind of sits in the middle of the floor and just kind of closes her eyes and tries to do what she thinks meditating is, but she doesn't really know what that looks like, so she's just like sitting there quietly contemplating.
Well, I mean, while you sit there, you're not really able to sense anything as far as the force goes. You don't feel anything different than just kind of closing your eyes and, maybe just kind of, it's relaxing a bit
Yeah.
in your head. You kind of clear your head a little bit, but
Okay.
overall, you don't like sense any deeper thing connecting you to the world around you.
To
Is
be
that
fair,
all you brought in? This is it? You couldn't find more money in like a dumpster or something?
she didn't expect much anyways, so to be fair, then she's gonna use the injector thingy.
Sure. Yeah. So you take the vial. You go and find a little injector gun that you would have gotten over that month period of time.
She remembers seeing the lady do it, and so she just kind of replicates it.
Yeah. So you it kind of shoots into your arm, and you feel like kind of a cold spike kind of like shiver through your entire body. That's really the only like thing that you feel immediately. You don't like immediately actually feel any different. However, I will say give yourself 1 force rating. So now we are in the next day. So you already healed and strained and all that at the beginning. So what do you guys do? You guys are meeting Chibo tomorrow evening. Is there anything in particular you want to do today?
Now, Nate, there was some talk about the Pykes paying off Red Fang to attack
Yes.
Black
Right.
Sun or something like that.
Yeah,
And Chiba was trying to get us an audience with
with the Pykes. Yep.
Pike leader, or a Pike leader.
Yeah, and so that happens in probably about 36 hours from now in game time.
Can I pull Keenan aside at like some point, maybe earlier in the day? And by earlier, I mean like around noon.
Early.
If he's, I wasn't sure if Keenan was like busy or something. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of pull him aside, like, hey, Keenan, can we chat for a bit?
Keenan is out on kind of the street sidewalk a little bit in front of their place, and looks over and says, "Well, yeah, of course, Mott. Do we need a little more private area?"
No, I mean, I just maybe like a short walk or something. Just like a little like walk-see around the lane.
Yeah, sure. Let's take a walk.
What do you see when you look around, Keenan? Like just out of curiosity, like when you look around here, what do you see?
As they're walking, Keenan looks over to the side of the street, sees an Arconian like throwing up in the gutter, looks off to the side, sees like someone being held up, in an alley by gunpoint, and I'm just like, Mott, I just see that I don't belong here.
Why?
Look at this place. This is not meant for me.
What does that mean? Not meant for you? I'm just trying to kind of. What do you feel when you look at all this stuff that makes you say that?
Mott, I don't know if I've ever told you much of my heritage, have I?
No.
Would you like to know a little bit of my heritage?
Honestly, I'd probably say no usually, but I'm in a bit of a pensive and contemplative mood. So yeah, sure, why not?
How about this? I'll give you the short version. I was meant to rule. I was bred to rule. I was brought up knowing that I would be in the grandest of areas, talking with kings and presidents and other rulers. That was my life. That's who I still feel like I am. But it was taken from me, and now I'm here. No offense with you and the others.
No offense taken.
But anyways, I don't know. I don't know if that's what you were asking for, but that's what I see, Mott. I don't belong here.
You just think you're better than everyone.
Well, that's because I am.
All right. Yeah, fair enough, I guess. Yeah, if you're raised for royalty or whatever. But like, I don't know. I don't. No offense. Of the people I think are better than me, it's pretty much just one guy, and you ain't him. No offense.
None taken.
You got too little hair.
Ragro does seem like a very loyal companion. I will give you that.
Wookiees, right?
Yes.
They'll tear your arms off, but they're loyal.
I'll say this, Mott. Maybe it's very presumptuous of me to say that I am better than anybody here, but I am learning some humility and I'm learning my place. And so I appreciate your candor, your insight, as always.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to get a feel, especially with what we're like kind of working around with these gangs. You know, I'm just
Here, let's
I don't know.
let's do this. Come, there's a cantina over here. Let's go take
So I'm actually going
seat
to
for a
flip a dark side destiny token, and that
Great.
person you saw holding up somebody else has now turned and has
Hey, look, those two blokes look like they come from money or something. They look nice. Let's go get them.
and you have these three like just street thugs kind of walking over to you, blasters drawn.
You had to mention someone getting mugged.
Oh, you, hands up. Give us whatever money you got. You look like you're some sort of fancy pants.
How many of them are there? It's just one guy?
There's three.
Oh, it's three of them. Okay.
3, and they all have blasters.
They do all have blasters.
Are our guards not around? Because they are right out our house. So
Well,
like,
we went
They
for
were
a
taking a
walk.
walk. as
Yeah,
well
we
as
went
that.
for a
They were
walk.
on the
okay,
block.
okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's, the underbelly of Coruscant. And
You're not wrong.
I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna look over at Keenan. He's just gonna kind of look at you and be like, it's that moment of, as they're kind of approaching, they've said that, he looks at you and it's this very, what are you gonna do kind of question on his face, you know?
yeah.
Almost
Boy,
like prove it.
are you
Like almost like
daft?
show me.
I said, put your hands in the air and let out whatever credits you have. Toss them.
And he kind of like signals with his blaster to like toss the credits.
Keenan raises his hands very slowly and says, I don't have anything, gentlemen. You best just be on your way.
Hey, I'm sorry, I think we got
a wise guy.
I don't want to say anything, but if you decide to carry on with this robbery, this gentleman here will make your life very, very difficult.
How's it going?
And you just kind of see him like pull up his blaster and kind of like aim, and it's like pointed directly at your face. It is maybe 10 feet away.
Is that short?
I mean,
It's short range.
if you want the Hutts angered, I mean, by all means.
Roll a average deception with 2 setback.
Okay.
1 success, 3
One
advantage.
3
Wow.
advantages.
Boss, he says he's with the Huts. Yeah, but everybody knows the Huts don't have any presents these days.
Yeah, boss, but like whatever presents they do have, probably shouldn't mess with them.
Someone here must be intelligent.
Next time I see you, you won't be so lucky. Come on, mates.
And he kind of like turns and like pouts and walks away in a huff.
See, that's what I'm talking about, right? So you act in a way where you think you're better than everyone else. And I kind of lean in real close. I'm like, but whose name did you use there? You didn't point to yourself. You pointed to me, and you didn't use my name. You used the Huts. You think you're better than everyone down here? You think you can get out of here? You think you can, what, go up to some other planet and rule or something? Show me. You want to talk to these people around here, try to get your way out of trouble with, what, the Red Fang? Take control, big man. Let me see it. You're telling me that you're better, that you deserve better. No reason you can't just make it better here. These people, they're dumb. You saw it.
Can't
You and I
argue
both
with
know
you
that.
there. I think one of the first things that I will teach you is you use what resources you have available. It doesn't always have to be about you personally. It doesn't have to be about me personally. But I understand what you're saying. Yes, I'm a little out of my element here. I'm still quite wondering what I'm going to be saying to the Pykes as we approach them. How can we use this to our advantage? I have some ideas. I have something formulating, but
Tell me. You think you're better? Great, but you can use me, and you can sure as heck use the rest of us. Shay, Ragro, we're all on the same side here. If you got something you're percolating in that noggin of yours, you might as well tell me. And very least I can do is give you a hand. I feel like, aside from Ragro, you and Shay both kind of keep it in your own heads so much. At least Ragro talks a lot about what he's doing. I feel like I know what's going on with Ragro.
very well, Mott. Let's do this. Let's grab a drink, and when we get back to our home base, let's have a discussion with the others about what we can do.
So you notice that there's a cantina across the street, like 1 block over, away from the headquarters. And as you where you're standing, you can actually kind of hear the music coming from inside. And it's kind of like actually more of a louder, kind of dancier music, like boom, 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 boom. And as you get closer and closer to this cantina, the music gets louder and louder. And it's actually quite a loud cantina, and there's like lights kind of going everywhere. There's a bar in the middle that's a bunch of neon lights, and the bar top actually like pulses with the music. And you see those 3 thugs kind of sitting at the bar, and they notice you 2 walk in, and they kind of like give you the side eye, and then they kind of take their drinks and move around to like the far end of the bar. And you notice that there are 3 Bith working the bar, and one of them notices you walk in and kind of waves and kind of like points to two empty seats.
I'm following his lead on this one. So
Okay. Yeah, we'll start heading over to those seats. Were the seats where those thugs were sitting?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll move over and sit down and look at Mott and say, what do you like? Some broth and wine?
I'm not picky. Whatever's fine. I'll drink it.
Okay. And I just
You
look
actually
over
kind
to
of have to like you can't really whisper or like because their music's actually really loud, but kind of the what do you want, and like nobody can else really hear except for Mott because you're right next to him.
I hold up 2 fingers and go 2.
So the as you sit down at the seat, the Bith actually like kind of leans forward and is like, "Welcome to the light knife." And you can notice coming on the sign up front. It's light knife it's almost like night life, but light knife, kind of.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
And so is what can I get for you guys?
2 of whatever you've got on the tap tonight.
And he just gives you a thumbs up, and he's like bobbing his head at the music, grabs 2 glasses, and starts pouring. Do you guys say anything or do anything while he's pouring the drinks? Just kind of enjoying the scenery.
Yeah, I'm just kind of enjoying a drink with Mott, trying to process everything we just talked about.
Yeah,
Mott's
it's
actually kind of annoyed. He's got a little bit of a headache, and this is definitely not helping him.
yeah. So there's definitely a lot of like strobing lights and stuff everywhere, and there are once again there's booths kind of on the outside edge, and then there's the bar seats, but then all the area in between is pretty much like a dance floor for you just see random civilians dancing kind of thing. So it looks like it's the place where people come to come and dance. So
I'm not asking you to dance. Stop looking at the bad at me.
The Bith slides the drinks across the glass and kind of signals like if you need anything else, just wave.
Yeah, I think Keenan's just gonna sit at the bar there. He's gonna turn his chair to where he's kind of facing the dance floor, and even more specifically facing the thugs that like approached him. And if any of them catch like a sight of him, he'll just hold up his drink and then keep drinking as he's bobbing his head to the music.
While you 2 are enjoying your beverage, what are Shay and Rager up to back at headquarters?
Is there any like menial labor, the heavy lifting that needs to be done? Because that's probably what he's doing. Something boring, but like let the big guy handle it type of deal.
Yeah,
This is
that's
being
fair.
useful.
I mean, Shay could probably give you work to do.
Oh yeah. She's
Yeah.
taking part that speeder, so you've got plenty of big things to move.
Oh yeah. So he's helping out with that, then like holding the heavy pieces, like he is the engine lift, or
Yeah, because
What
she's
is
at
she
least
doing to the
modifying. She's at least modifying it just so it doesn't look like it's the one that they stole. So like even if she's just like changing like the bumper pieces and just cosmetics of it, it's so that if it was reported stolen, it can't be tracked back to them because it doesn't look the same.
I imagine that it probably has to deal with a bit of like bending and reshaping some of the metal too. So do a hard mechanics check.
I can do that. I think. I hope.
Because a little bit more than just like taking off parts and removing them around. It just takes a bit of knowledge. So,
Yeah.
like the average person probably wouldn't be able to do that.
Gotcha.
Does she get a boost die because I'm assisting?
Sure.
Yay, I have a Wookiee assistant. Do I get a
He has a
boost for
Wookiee
being
assistant.
in my shop and having all my tools or not?
I'm gonna say like the tools let you actually complete the task.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Worth asking.
Oh my gosh.
How? How is that even possible?
Because you rolled 5 failures on the 3 purple dice. 0 success, 4 advantage. Okay, so the 4 advantage is I'm gonna say that like you don't mess anything up. It's just it might take a couple sessions of doing it.
That's fine.
So the four advantages is
If
that
we
it
need
will
to
get
use it
done.
today,
You're
it's-
not
it's
breaking
not
anything.
finished.
It's not gonna get done
this
today.
is probably gonna be a project for a few days.
It's a project
Yeah.
car. I mean, speeder.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
You'll start one project
I'll
and then
say-
you'll have
and
3
I'll
other
say-
projects.
That can be 2 of the advantages. The other 2 advantage can be that you find a hidden compartment in the car that has 250 credits.
Oh, heck yeah. I give half of them to aggro.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
125 apiece. So back
Oh.
to Mott and Keenan. I'm assuming at this point you're paying the tab and leaving.
Yeah, I think it's a fair assessment. We're like making our way out of there.
Yeah, what
Yep.
did you guys buy again? What kind of drinks?
I just asked
What's
for
on
whatever
tap?
was on tap. Maybe if they had any, I think Bothan wine.
Okay, I'll say it's gonna be like 7 credits apiece,
Okay.
Drinks are getting expensive nowadays.
especially in the core worlds, even down here. So y'all head back to the headquarters and you meet up with. You walk into the garage and you see Ragnar holding some big pieces of metal while Shay is attempting to bend them and slowly work them into new shapes. And the speeder has pretty much no outer body at the moment.
You didn't like the way the car looked or something? No, the speeder looked?
I mean, we stole it. I didn't want us getting tracked, so I'm changing what it looks like.
I just said a paint job would be fine.
No.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
no,
whatever.
It's too easy.
Yeah, I know. I was telling Shay that she should put do a flame job on the side of it.
Here, Ashley, safe from the other room.
Yeah, I don't know about that
I'm
one.
going for subtle. Subtle. I know
It's one
you
of
don't
those
know what
things
that
where
word
it's so
means.
subtle that it's not.
Well,
Or it's so not
I-
subtle that it's subtle.
No, that's not how that works. That's like you as a person. So
Yeah, I don't think-
not
I don't think-
subtle. You're yeah.
I don't think she knows what subtle means.
I don't either. Oh, let's be real. She has pink skin. It's gonna be hard to be subtle.
Is this the one who can
Um,
read emotions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, how are you struggling with this when all of us look at this and feel the exact same emotion?
She kind of just gives a shrug, like, ah,
I think
And
she's
it goes
used
back
to
to whatever she's
ignoring
doing.
emotions too.
yeah. Is there anything else y'all wanted to do before tomorrow evening? I'd say like now is probably 11, 12, like midday.
If Shay is still kind of working on the speeder and Ragro's kind of there hanging out, Mott's giving weird faces about flames on the side of a speeder. Keenan might kind of find a place to sit down with everybody as they're all just kind of working on stuff. And he's like, so, we have some interesting things coming up.
Can we not talk about the weird date? Because I'm really not looking forward to that.
At hearing that, like Ragro kind of like drops a piece of the metal on the ground, just metal clang sound. Sorry.
You all right, Big Egg?
Yeah, it's fun.
That,
okay,
that didn't look
I-
heavy. That
I feel about the same way.
Well, Shay, I mean, if nobody's, strong arming you to have a date with Chibo. I mean, Chibo gives us what we want, and just keep, you could just kind of be like, oh yeah, tomorrow. Oh yeah, not today. Oh yeah, you could do whatever you want there.
I may be not the most moral person. I'm not the worst either, comparatively. But I do tend to stick to my word. I'll probably still go on a date with him. It's gonna be uncomfortable. It's a big deal. One date,
no, I don't know. I've never had one.
Shay stands there for a second thinking back. I haven't either. So
You actually did, kind of, didn't you? There was that one guy. There was the taxi driver in episode 3.
Oh, that's right. You talked about that. Yeah, that's true. I mean, she's like, I've never been on like a real date. Like, you could call what I've done a date, but it was more just I was bored and why not? Not like I actually had intentions with the person.
Well, I'm sure you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Ragro will be there to chaperone.
I'm fine with that.
That's fine.
I'm sorry. A little bit of yesterday is kind of hazy. Can you remind me how we talked Ragro into going on to a date with Shay and whatever his name
Chibo?
is, Chicho?
I don't think
Chibo.
we did. I think that just
Chibo.
happened.
Yes. Chibo
Oh.
didn't agree to that, but he also did not agree to that. So
You're
Well,
right.
He'll find out soon enough.
that's right.
Exactly.
He will. Chibo is trying to get an audience with a Pike boss.
Right. We were just all
We
up in their
also-
grill a minute ago.
Yes, we also learned I believe that the Red Fang's been hired by the Pykes to hit the Black Sun soon as well, right?
we were talking about getting involved in making a lot of the different organizations kind of butt heads. They're kind of already doing it, to be fair. Do you think we should step in? Do you think we should add to the chaos?
Well, Mott and I had a very good conversation as we took a trip to the Light Knife. Have you ever been there?
Knife? No.
Yeah.
No.
It's like a small glowing like butter knife they have as like the logo. You can't miss it.
Oh, the one that goes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
it's
yes.
over and over again. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's their
I
gimmick.
know what you're talking about.
If
This is so loud.
yeah, so as we had a conversation as we were going there,
You guys went on a
What?
date?
no, we just had a talk.
Oh, so
We,
that's what
uh,
we're calling it nowadays.
Anyways, Mott made me think for a moment.
Oh, that's dangerous.
And up to this point, I felt like I've had the goal in mind of what I want to do, where I should be.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think I have the steps or the plan in place to do it. I'm kind of moving forward just with opportunities as they're presented to me. This opportunity with a Pike leader might be fortuitous.
Keenan's what you'd call a big picture guy. I'm
Yes.
what you call a small winged guy. So I tend to think of things in the moment, very like upfront, and this is what's happening. How do we solve this problem? It helps to have both so that we can kind of see where he wants to go and then see where we're at and figure out how to get, between the two.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, so tell him where you want to get to.
So, this is where I want to be. He kind of stands up, straightens up a little bit, and he says, I want to be in charge and rule as I should. Now, what does that look like? What does that mean? We've seen the ugly side of it at the farm. That's not what I'm going for. We see the dregs of the galaxy and the gutters and in the alleyways back here in Coruscant. That's not where I want to be either. I look at these syndicates, these gangs, these drug smugglers. I'm not sure that's where I want to be either.
Okay,
But-
then what are you doing on Coruscant?
But I deserve some type of rule. Maybe there's something in this power vacuum that's left with the Empire that is an opportunity for me to take a place. For us, maybe to take a place.
Okay, wait.
Stepping stones.
So you're saying you deserve to be ruler of something, but then you're saying
Hey, that's
us.
a pretty good Keenan impression.
You're welcome. I've been around you too long already. But then you keep saying us like it's a group thing. But I don't know if any of us really asked to be leaders.
I mean, I wouldn't say no.
Yeah, I also wouldn't say no. In fact, I'm rather partial to this idea personally. I think that it needs some clarifying details worked out, and I genuinely think that Keenan needs to step up.
I mean,
No offense. I just,
I wouldn't know what to do if I led something, to be fair. I'd have to have a goal in mind. I don't really know what that is yet, but that doesn't mean I'd be opposed to it. It just means...
we don't need everyone to lead either.
That's true.
Like, we
That's
just
very
need
true.
help. I think that's the core thing here. Keenan believes that he deserves greatness and should be leading a group of people, or be in positions of power, something along those lines. I'm still hashing out the details. It seems like.
Well, he's always had delusions
we have
of
a
grandeur.
small, yeah. We have a small group of people here. We have a lot of people here who are desperate. We have a lot of people here who are sad and depressed and very much not happy with where they are in life. And when you have a lot of people in positions like that, they're very malleable to manipulation. We're pretty good at that. No offense, but we are. At least some of us are. And that means these are people, whether they want to or not, that can be helped by us, which will help us. So if we are helping them, we are also helping us by taking over them. Does that make sense to you? Does that, am I putting logic down on the paper for everyone? Like, does the data pad read appropriately?
Helping people, I agree with. Manipulating them, it depends on the situation. Most of the time, I really don't want to unless I really have to. Like, if someone has a goal in mind, I don't want to set them somewhere else because it helps me if they want to go their direction. Does that make sense?
If these people do not see the goal, They are so caught up in this small portion of Coruscant where they cannot see any better hope for a future life. Surely, us manipulating them into finding a better place in life, to having money, to being able to not have to worry about children going missing or sons or daughters being taken away by various gangs. Instead, perhaps, maybe, Keenan's gang has risen to the top. And now everyone gives him a small amount of money to ensure safety, streets that are clean, and an environment that is, I don't know, fitting of Keenan. Eh?
My objection is making people pay for protection.
Why?
If they are okay with it, it's fine, but that puts people in places where they're paying into debts that they can't pay.
We already pay the Empire. People been paying the Empire for years for protection. What do you call taxes?
Yeah. But then you also, on top of that, have to pay some criminal organization so that they protect you and don't beat you down for money every day?
I don't like that word. Let's not say criminal. Let's say organized group of invested individuals.
Okay.
We
but what are
care.
we doing? How do we earn money if it's not
We
underhanded?
take over the businesses that might otherwise be run in ways that would be nefarious. Sure, we are not the ones who are criminals. I am not a criminal. Nobody
We're just
here is a
investing
criminal.
in criminals?
We invest in the people who would do these things regardless. So you said it, they want to do these things. They do. They are people who are doing it. We just set down some boundaries. We say, okay, great. You want to sell death sticks. That's fine. People want to buy death sticks. But we don't steal people's kids and lock them in little cages. That's a no good. We
That's
don't
fine.
do that.
That's fine. I
Well,
don't really
how
care
about
about that
this?
side if you want to do it, but I'm not shaking down people for money to protect them.
No,
How
they'll
about
happily
this?
pay us. Because we will be better.
How about this? As we've had this discussion here about where we fit in, maybe it has more to do with just minimizing the powers that are here, and in return, it brings us up not only as liberators, but as people that have a sense of power and a sense of control, which then might bring those things that I'm looking for.
That I'm fine with.
Great. So we need an identifying connection, a name, a symbol, something that people can see and think Keenan's group, which we won't probably be calling ourselves, but so that Keenan knows what it is. We call ourselves, I don't know, friends of Coruscant, whatever. Yeah, it does. I'm not picky. I'm not good with names. But somebody who's smarter about that than I am can come up with a really clever name.
We're working on it here, yes.
Yeah, we got a workshop going. But we'll come up with something good, and then I think before we start doing anything major, right now, we need to have something that people can see. A physical name, a physical, symbol. That way, when we start making big moves, which we are getting very close to doing if we're going to be interacting with some of the local, the local rulers, Keenan, these are the people who rule. These are the real people who are ruling. These are the gangs.
Yes.
I'm talking the Pangs, the Pykes, the Sons. These are wow, I messed all of those names up horribly.
Oh, we know what you're talking about,
the Pikes,
Mott.
the Sons, all of them, right? These are the ones who rule. They have the power. They don't use Keenan. They don't use Max Smith. They use this name, this nebulous name that other people are connected to. We need to do that. We need to have something. Not only will it give people a name to identify as the people who are going to be good to rule over them, also, it will give people who want to help, who want to join, who want to donate a little bit of cash, right? An incentive of who to connect with. So,
No, I was always partial to the name Solar Hawks.
We can't use the Solar Hawk name. That's a mercenary group.
Ragwell, can you shut the door? I don't see in here.
Sorry, you gotta. I'm sorry. You just gotta.
We're not using that name.
Do y'all want
But it is
to
cool.
actually brainstorm some names to your characters come up with?
Keenan likes this direction. I think he is considering, the powers that are here. Pykes, Red Fang, Black Sun. They're galactic wide organizations, and there has to be some reality in Keenan's mind. It's like we're not going to be able to have that type of of
Says
power,
you.
that type of rule, to be that far stretched with that power.
I mean,
But if we were able to kind of clear out this area of those, under this name that Mott, is kind of alluding to, maybe we start something here. Is that kind of what you're thinking of, Mott?
Yeah,
Or Joe?
I think that we pick a name, we attach ourselves to it, we start doing this stuff that people when we're talking about doing with the Red Fang, the Pykes, the Black Suns. I mean, just doing it because Shay, Ragro, Keenan want to do it, whatever. Right?
Yeah.
There's no notoriety for us to then have. Really, there's no connection point for the people to understand that this is what's happening here. But if we show up, we throw down a little flag that says, Mott's folks, and it's got a picture of my face on it. Now people know Mott's folks were the ones that did it. I'm not good with names. I'm not the only thing that comes to mind is I don't know.
Yes,
maybe something down to earth, right? Something
Think
not
of some
like
names.
So after in game of like 3 hours, they finally decided on a name.
I don't know, something like the 7-pointed star or something. Hey, that's pretty good. I like that one.
That's not bad. That's
Yes.
how we all met. So, I mean,
It is.
people won't know that, but it's an easy symbol to carve into things.
Yeah, Keenan goes over to like a
Mhm.
nearby scrap piece of metal, maybe it's from the side of the speeder, and just starts to kind of scrape on the inside of it. This 7-pointed star is similar to the thing that we saw in the book. It's like kind of like this, right?
Yeah. I mean, and then
Looks
if we
good to
do
me.
things like
You need
freeing
to feed and
prisoners
cutter
from
well to do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
If we do things like what we did with the prisoners when we got them to escape, we could kind of just leave calling cards, and people won't know what it means yet, but eventually they'll know what it means.
They'll figure it out.
I'm in favor of this one, actually. I know we've said I think this is a good idea. We do the 7-point star thing. It has a connection for us, so it's how we made our connection. It's how I know, Shay and Keenan here, and Ragro actually. So I think it's a great fit.
It works.
Yes.
I think it works.
Keenan puts
have
his
a
hand in
symbol.
the center, like, all right.
Can I
What are
help
you doing?
You're all supposed to put your hand on mine.
What do I-
Why?
Is
You
this
kind of
a-
like.
Is this a human tradition?
Never mind.
I'm guessing this is a human thing.
All right, well, yeah. Ignoring that, whatever that was.
She pats Keenan's head like, all right there, pretty boy.
Just stop touching me. Save it for
Aw.
Chico.
He got angry.
Okay, so now we've got a name. Now we've got we have the name, we have the symbol.
Yes.
Symbol works great with the name. I love it. Anything
Now
else
what?
we feel the need to kind of go over? I feel pretty good about this right now. I just kind of don't fully remember the plan for tomorrow. So unless, if somebody could give me kind of a quick.
Were we all planning on meeting, or were we just gonna go in like two
Well,
of us?
We know
I'd like to meet. I want to be there.
Yeah.
So we
Um,
know the
each of us
Red
has a
Fang
role
are
to
going to
play.
hit the Black Sun tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
And they've been paid off by the Pykes.
Yes.
We're about to have an introduction
Meeting
to
with the Pike.
a Pike boss. And the Pikes, obviously, they don't know that we know that they've paid off the Red Fang to attack the Black Sun.
If we happen to figure out when this attack is happening, and we stop the Red Fang, for one, we'd be pissing off the Red Fang. For two, the Pikes would think that the Red Fang went against them and didn't do what they said they were gonna do and were paid for. And we could even kind of hint to the Black Sun, like, you're welcome, we saved your butts.
I like that. But what if we don't stop it and we tell the Black Suns ahead of time and then we let them kill each other?
That's fine too.
I like that idea.
Chibo
Yes.
also mentioned that there was like a secret shipment coming in for the Pykes soon, but he didn't give any details about that. I'm just reminding you because it was again 3 weeks ago that there was
Yeah.
something mentioned about a secret shipment at some point.
While we're there, I can also try to figure out about this secret shipment. I could hack while we're, in the vicinity.
I'm just verifying, is there where the Black Suns are? Because we're going to go talk to them today to give them the information that tomorrow they're going to get hit by the Red Fang? Or are we doing that at the Red Fang place? I don't remember where the ship... Look, I didn't have a strong conversation with Cheapo.
I got you.
talked to the
I'll
food.
explain this. Okay, so tomorrow, we have 2 days until Pikes, right? Or is tomorrow the
tomorrow.
Pikes?
Tomorrow
It's
night.
tomorrow.
No, it is
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow evening.
Okay, so we need to figure out when the attack is happening on Black Sun? Is it at the same time?
They
We
didn't
just know
tell, they
there's
didn't
an
tell you when
attack.
that was happening.
Okay.
Sometime tomorrow.
So while we're at Pykes, we could hack, figure out about this shipment that Chibo was talking about, figure out about when the attack is going to be. Then we could
Well, hold
warn the
on.
Black Sun.
If we're going to the Pikes tomorrow, when the
Mhm.
attack is, it doesn't seem as
We
beneficial.
don't know when the attack is.
We don't know when the
Oh,
attack
we don't
is.
know when the attack is.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought we knew it was tomorrow.
I mean, we could-
We know
I
that
have
our
a
meeting
tomorrow
is
happening
tomorrow.
Meeting
tomorrow.
up. All you know is tomorrow is that you're meeting up with Chibo.
Okay.
I had a
Oh,
note I
okay.
recorded said payment coming from Pykes to hit the Black Sun. Leave day after tomorrow.
Yeah, you're leaving day after tomorrow for meeting up with Chibo.
Oh yeah, so then we can figure that out when we get there. Great idea. Shay, I like that. Yeah. Do you want to hack into the system and find out
Yeah,
if the Pikes
that's
specified a specific date?
that was what I was planning on doing. That way we can see if we can get more information that we can leak or tell or sell for that matter. And then that way we can at least pull some strings, because we haven't had any run-ins personally that I can remember besides watching the Black Sun murder an entire cantina, that we haven't had any negative interactions with them yet. So
Not personally.
not personally, we could use that to our advantage of keeping them at least kind of on our good side with us.
Obviously, the Pykes and the Black Sun, as I mentioned, they are galactic-wide organizations. If anything, we need to just make them retreat a little bit from this area, possibly. We won't be able to decimate their numbers all here, but if we can try to get them to at least understand that this is a place they don't want to be.
We could make it not worth their while anymore. If they're not making a profit, if they're not making anything useful here, it won't be worth their while to stay, and we could take over. Dang it, you guys got me into this mindset now, and now my brain's just working.
Hey, it's
See?
good. It's
She's in deep now. She's trying to solve the problem.
I'm
See,
not
I knew there was
saying
a
that we
reason.
become drug dealers to kick them out of their drug dealing, but if we get rid of all the drugs on the planet, or the use of them, or the usefulness of getting them here, or the ability to get them here.
we'll workshop it. We'll workshop it.
Yes. Minimizing the Pykes and the Black Sun is going to be a hefty task.
Does that pretty much wrap up the discussion before heading over
Do
to
we
Chibo
have-
the next day?
Are we
Do we
clear
have
as
anything
mud?
we need to do before we prep for tomorrow's meeting? I know it's mainly going to be Mott and Keenan talking, because you guys are the ones that are good at that.
Yeah, I mean, like you could either wait it off and talk to Chibo. You could maybe like scout ahead and see what you could find out before the meeting. It's really whatever you guys want to do. I'm riffing off of what you guys want.
If Shay's not asked of anything else tonight, she'll probably just go try to meditate again, because she doesn't know what she's doing and she's trying her best. But other than that, I don't have anything specifically for Shay before tomorrow.
Real quick, before you go, Shay, when is the date again with
We
Chicho?
didn't agree on a date yet for the
good.
date.
Okay. Yeah.
Why?
I'm just checking. No, I just wanted to know in case when we interact with the guy, he was going to talk about it, but
He might ask, but he's also gonna find out tomorrow that Ragro's coming, so...
So, Mott, how are you feeling like we can approach this Pike boss tomorrow? Is it a distraction to help Shay maybe find out some more information? Are we sharing the information of maybe the Black Sun knowing the Red Fang's about to attack, and with this maybe we can get some good graces with the Pikes that would help us undermine them?
That would imply that we've already told the Black Sun and we haven't.
have you ever played Hollow Chess?
Yes, once or twice.
Something that's important when it comes to Hollow Chess is giving your opponents two negative outcomes that are both positive for you. So I think going into any situation, we need to look at how to gain the upper hand from whatever happens, whether that's through Shay or through us. Ideally, through both. There's no reason we can't have our cake and eat it too. From my perspective, we should go into the conversation with the Pykes looking for something we can get out of it, right?
What are the Pykes known for? Like, obviously the huts are mainly known for their like cantinas and kind of that sort of thing.
Yes.
But what are the Pykes known for?
The Pykes have a great presence in the spice trade and
Okay.
smuggling. Huts as well. They have their hands in just about any kind of smuggled item
Yeah.
you could think of.
Yeah, the Red
Okay.
Fang's more of a generic pirate group. The Pykes are more known for spice trade. The Huts are also kind of more of a generic criminal organization that has their hand in like everything. The Black Sun deals more in like assassinations and like extortion, arms dealing, slavery.
So I guess my thoughts are, since the Pykes seem to be, I don't know if I'd say noble of the bunch, but more respectable out of the options.
If
Maybe
you
we
think
try to
drug
side
dealing
with
is
them.
respectable.
Well, yeah, but like at least we try to get into their good graces in the way that we were trying to get into the good graces of the other ones if we could, and then cut them out from underneath, right? So I know Shay, you're a very trustworthy, honest sort. I don't know how good that is for business. I think there's no reason we can't show up, tell them we're gonna do one thing, and then kick them in the legs.
Oh no, I'm fine with that. I don't have
If
to
I
be
could kick
trustworthy to
people.
these.
Don't worry, I'll kick.
Yes.
I appreciate
No.
that.
I don't feel like I have to be trustworthy or honorable to these sorts. So don't worry about that.
Okay, good. So my thoughts, we talk to them. We try to get as much as we can out of them. We try to gain favor. Hey, if we can get them to give us some people or even give us like some control over like certain areas where it's like, yeah, we'll take over this for you. Hey, we can do that for you. Great. The more we can get them to trust us, the easier it'll be to kick them when they're not looking.
I'm fine with that.
We do have to be very careful. These syndicates and these crime organizations, they have many, many eyes everywhere, many, many ears everywhere. If we are to get in their good graces, we need to be invisible. We need to be not ever seen anymore our true intentions. Otherwise, they will cut us down.
You're talking about masks or something, right? Like we're gonna wear costumes for this? I'm 100% on board. I think that is the best thing I've heard you say. We could go by like monikers for this. That'll be great. Keenan, this is the best thing you have told me.
Great. Yes.
Honestly-
Wig calls from the corner.
Monikers might not be a bad idea. I do agree with that. I know he's taking a bit what you said on a stretch, but monikers might not be a bad idea.
I can like go find a helmet or something. Maybe like a cape, like one of those ones the Imperials wear.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm on board with
Yes.
this.
There isn't much you can do, Mott, that will make you subtle. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I just have to not look as, like, I just have to look more like less noticeable. That's all.
You're gonna be walking around with a Wookiee.
We put him in we put like a garbage can over his head or something. I don't know.
I don't think that's gonna
Or
fly.
a giant robe. I know there's many that walk around with head to toe covered robes.
That's true.
We need him
And
to
there's
be
a
able
lot
to
of tall
move.
people out there.
There are quite a few.
I don't think there are many as tall as him.
No, the tall, skinny gray ones, the other tall ones with like
Oh,
the two
yeah.
eye stalks.
The
tall ones that
buying
kind
a
of go like
disguise
this.
kit's not necessarily hard.
But do we want to do that every time we have to come into contact? Or do we care if people know our
Yes.
faces at this point?
I do. I do. I think this is really fun. I would like to do this.
You can.
All right, then we can do it for you.
And,
Moz.
Yeah.
and this would help our anonymity.
Well, for Keenan, I don't think he would want to hide his face.
Oh, I can change my robes.
Oh, wait, as long as it's hold on, it's still connected to the 7-pointed star. Like we could always be like, hey, this is the 7-pointed star. They don't need to know who runs it. Like that's fine. You could call me, I don't know what's a good like scary name for somebody who runs like a star-based thing.
Taser face.
Yes.
No, that's stupid. I don't want the taser face. I don't. Ragwell, you're good with coming up with names.
No, I'm not.
No.
Shay.
I mean, I could come up with
Names don't
some, but
matter
you wouldn't
right
like
now.
them.
I just,
I don't think the names matter right now. We can workship that.
Yeah.
Oh, you can call me the
All that
mask.
stuff is- Y'all can all sleep on the ideas of costumes and names. It's at this point, the crew, you have been talking about the plan for the entire second half of that day, and it is now the equivalent
Yeah.
of getting to be nighttime for day 2. So Shay says she was going to head back to her room and meditate. Is anybody else doing anything else for this night in game?
I don't think Ragger has anything planned.
I'd like to pull Ragwell aside.
Okay.
So sorry. I've been doing a little bit of pulling people aside. It's not much. This will be
You're
one of
good.
the last ones. Like, hey, big guy.
What's up?
You dropped that metal thing earlier today.
Yeah, and?
Yeah, no, I just, it's kind of a weird moment to drop that. I thought, you're a Wookiee, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
Are you implying something?
well, I just don't know. Do Wookiee, like, Twi'leks? You could have told me. I don't judge.
It was more for her sake. I do have a wife.
You have a wife? Did
I would
know
appreciate it if you didn't tell the others.
that? Well, yeah, no, I can keep that a secret. Wow. Well, you've been here for like a month and a half.
Dead.
It's complicated.
I'm sorry, man. He can like pats you on like the shoulder, like.
No, not like whatever.
Well, now I know. I wasn't trying to like, be rude or nothing. I just thought, it seemed like maybe I saw something.
Just
Obviously, I did not. You're happily.
The camera pans from that conversation through the floor up to Shay, the crisscross applesauce in the middle of her room with the lights off, meditating. I'm gonna say, since you haven't bought a force power yet, I'm not gonna let you initiate the power, but I will. This will be kind of like the tidbit, the foreshadowing of it. So, and Shay might not even recognize what it is. So you kind of sit there meditating with your eyes closed. And you, the thoughts of the day and the conversation and even the previous day, like, in maybe even like some of your time with Jonah, like lots of memories, like everything's just kind of like pouring into your brain, and you're trying to like really hard to just kind of like quiet everything down and really just relax and clear your mind. Some random, like, you've never really seen it before image like kind of pops into your head. You're not really exactly sure what you're looking at. It looks like a big box. It's maybe you see like some shadowy humanoid people. Like you can't make out like even like gender, species, anything. Like they just kind of vague silhouettes of people, pretty much like rolling this box over, and it's maybe up to like their chests. So maybe, I don't know, like 4.5 feet tall, maybe like 8 feet wide, and a depth of 6-7 feet. And you can make out like kind of strange markings, and the people leave, and after some time you notice like round things on the box begin to like whirl up and lights come on, and everything starts to just glow like red, orange before everything like kind of flashes to white, and you wake up, and you open your eyes.
Okay. So she doesn't know what she was looking at, and the things that like whirled and like bright lights, did it seem like an explosion?
Possibly.
Okay.
Definitely like explosion like.
Okay. All right. She just thinks that's strange. That's all she gets from it. She's like, well, that was weird. Was I asleep? I don't think I fell asleep. What?
Yeah. So it is now the next morning. Later this evening, I'll say, we'll say it was like a 3 or 4 p.m. meetup time with Chibo. It's now like maybe 10 a.m. in the morning. You guys know what's potentially coming later in the day. Is there anything y'all want to do to prepare for that?
Do we want to talk about? Shay's getting breakfast right now, and as the others come down, she's like, "Do we want to talk about who's gonna act as acting leader? Who's gonna do the most talking? Should the rest of us just be quiet?" Like,
I think I shouldn't do any of the talking.
I don't think they'd understand, anyways. No offense. It's just a lot of people don't speak Wookiee.
A lot of people. Oh, to be fair, a lot of people have spoken Wookiee recently down here. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. It's just real convenient all of a sudden.
Yeah, I feel like odds are better they will speak Wookiee.
My Wookiee's still not great, and I tried my best.
You're doing good.
Thanks, buddy.
And I'm only saying something because I feel like Shay would know that the official Wookiee language is called Shiriwook.
Is it not Shriwook?
Shriwook. It's spelled like Shiriwook. Shriwook.
I just
Shriwook.
watched the shows. What do I know?
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've seen something. It's Siri thought I was saying Siri.
Actually,
I'm Keenan's going to change his clothes. He's going to put on just some armored clothing. He's going to pull back his hair into like some kind of knot or braid in the back or something.
Would you like some help, pretty boy?
Oh, fine.
She does. She pulls your hair back for you.
I'll find some kind of visor that he'll put over his face. Just trying to do what he can to kind of mix up his looks a little bit here.
Yeah.
Look a little more menacing.
Could I have made a purchase earlier and then you just tell me roughly how much I've spent towards it?
What's the purchase?
I want to buy, those like kind of those masks the Toydarians wear, like the armor,
Yeah.
like the helmets. I'd like for him to be wearing one of those and like
I mean, you might be able to find it. Try to buy it beforehand.
We have
You
time.
Again, you have all day today to do that.
Yeah, okay,
You only-
can I go out shopping? Can we
Yeah,
do a quick
yeah, you can
shopping
do
trip
that.
for essentially for the sake of brevity?
Shopping.
Essentially, all I'm looking for is a helmet. I'm looking for like a robe or cloak or something that'll like kind of hide how tall roughly he is. Yeah, that's it. He's just looking for ways to like kind of cover up his face and like form.
Yeah, sure.
But he wants to look cool.
Yeah, you can. You go out and I'll say that you guys can all head to the port district a little early, where the casino and some like other small shops are, and you find a place that sells stuff like that, and you are able to get in and out with all the stuff that you want for like 70 credits.
Also, can I? Okay, hold on. Can he also have like a shoulder piece of armor? He thinks that'd be pretty cool as well.
Yeah, and sure, we'll say that's an extra 30. So we'll make it an even 100 for everything.
Perfect. He's just trying to like make it look like when he's like wearing the armor and he's like flapping his wings that like it won't show that he's actually really short. So it'll look like he's just like a tall guy because like the robe kind of like goes down all the way to the floor.
Compensating.
Something Napoleon.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So basically, it'll like the robes are about like 7 foot. Like he could
Even though your
probably
wings
look to be
are
like about
flapping?
7 feet tall if he need be.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, he's got the wings, but he's still got like he'll like cut out like
Yeah,
little
yeah,
wing
yeah.
slots.
Yeah, I know what you're doing. I get you. Yeah, so I'll say like 100 credits for all that stuff.
really the only thing different that looks different about Shay is like she is wearing the like more armored clothing. So like it looks similar to her clothing. It just now has armor on it. Her face is still out. She don't care.
Cool. So are y'all ready to meet Chibo?
Ready's all over me.
So about 3:17 rolls out, and you walk out of the shop with Mott, and you see Chibo standing kind of in the middle of this area between the shops. So there's like the shops kind of line like one side of the street. Across the way, there's the port with Underworld portal. So in between the area, there's an area for speeders to go by. There's also like a fountain, and you see Chibo kind of standing out in the middle of this area.
So Chibo is here to lead us to the Pike, boss?
Yeah, he's here to take you there.
Is it possible
Okay.
that Chibo's already told him who we are?
That's a
Possible,
good question.
but you don't know.
We don't know. Okay.
We can ask him.
As I see him, I push Keenan forward to go talk to him, and then follow Keenan.
Okay.
Sir Keenan Leo Bond of the House Maggetti. Oh, and I see you brought Shay. Hello, my darling. You ready for our date?
Chibo, let's
Hi, Chibo.
just keep
Right,
strictly
right.
to business first here.
Right, staying on subject. Are
That's
you
right.
ready to go and see the Pykes?
Yes. What is it you've told this Pike, and what is this Pike boss's name?
Chibo told Pike Boss nothing yet. Chibo's still figuring out introductions, but we'll get there when we get there. The boss's name, well, they don't really go by name; they go by boss.
So his
How do
name
you
is
know
just
which boss? How do you know which
well,
boss you're talking
I
about?
call him boss. You might, want to think of some other respectful name to call him.
We will do that.
Thanks, Chibo.
So does he know that we're coming at least?
No, but we'll get like Chibo said, we'll get there when we
Chibo?
get there.
This is great.
Chibo, what was the agreement, Chibo?
The agreement was Chibo would take you to Pykes.
You would get us a meeting.
Yeah, Chibo will
Yes.
get you meeting with Pykes.
Get us an audience with the Pikes.
Yep, Chibo will get you audience with Pykes.
You're gonna get a shot in the process if they're not expecting us.
okay.
No, you're with me. You will not get shot in process.
Yes. He'll be in front.
Anyway, follow me.
And he kind of walks over to one of the like elevators. Like it's really just a giant. It almost looks like a big landing pad, but it's connected to the wall. And as you guys step onto it, Chibo types some numbers in, and the whole platform just starts going down.
Chibo, what's your association with the Pikes?
Chibo is, you can say, middle management.
So you're in good standing.
Yes, very, very good standing. Chibo works with Pykes.
I'm mentioning
We're
now
also
that I have
probably
B on me.
not-
Sorry, I want Nate to know that B is on her if I happen to use her.
Okay.
I just
That's fine.
want you to think like I was like, oh, by the way, she has it. Like, no, she
Yeah,
has
yeah,
it on
you're
her.
But also probably not like, high enough in the pecking order for him to actually have any real say.
Probably not.
Chibo high enough in pecking order to have say.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Says Chibo.
Chibo, aren't you a glorified drug dealer?
No. You saw my drug dealer. Those are the drug dealers.
I like your drug dealer. He's a good guy. That I will say. He is a good guy.
Yeah, you didn't always used to be, but you torture somebody enough times and you just surprised the good just comes out of them.
Chibo, I want you to call us different names while you introduce us to the Pykes.
Different names? Whatever happened to Sir Keen and Leo Bond, House of Roletti?
That was actually a pretty good impression.
I want you to introduce us by different names.
Aye. Well, what different names do you have in mind?
Oh no.
You can refer to me as Rem Shellish.
Rem Shellish. That's the stupidest made-up name I've ever heard. Okay, Rem Shellish. We're here.
And the thing, the
Wait,
platform.
are we not
comes
all
to a
giving
stop.
our fake made-up names?
Oh, you all
Yes.
have stupid fake made-up names. Oh, wonderful. Yes, well, you can go ahead. Give them to me.
Oh, please. And Chibo, you mess any of these up, your date with Shay is off.
Yes, I understand.
I am Tam Death Razor.
Death Razor.
Yeah, like you're raising something up, not like a razor blade.
Oh, probably spent too much time in the light knife. What about you, Ragro?
Oh, you wouldn't know your name.
What about you, big guy? Big Wookie.
You probably wouldn't be able to pronounce it anyways.
Got it.
We could just call you Chibo wife.
No, definitely not.
Miss Chibo.
Miss
No.
Chibo. I like Miss Chibo.
No, don't give him
Good.
any ideas.
That sounds
Um,
good on you.
Let's
Mrs. Chibo.
just go with Hacks. H-A-X. Hacks.
Hacks. Shay prettier, but fine. Okay, come on.
And as you
Little on the nose.
And as you,
Honestly, you can just leave it as Shay if you want. I don't care.
I like Shay. Shay is a good name. So, anyway, we're here. Keep in mind, I know we're not that much farther below, but it's a bit dicier here than on 1350. Let me tell you.
and as you look over, everything it does 1350 even still like it was slightly like rusty, old, beaten down, but still like neon lights and stuff. 1313 is just a lot darker. There's a lot less lights here, and you see just all sorts of just the scummy underworldy style people just everywhere roaming the streets. You even look over to the side, you can see people being mugged. Look over to the other side, you see like multiple drug deals happening.
And stay close to Chibo. Very dangerous down here. Most dangerous floor in Coruscant. Follow. Stay close. They know not to mess with Chibo.
Mott's
closer to
gonna be
Ragro.
like, don't worry, I look really impressive right now. And he's gonna like whisper that to Shay, like through like the mask. He's like got glowing red eyes.
Yes, you do.
Like, yeah,
Exactly.
I feel
You're
really
what
powerful.
they're afraid of, for sure. He stands back up to his full height.
As Shay scoots closer to Ragro.
So you guys, you walk through this down the street for probably like 25-30 minutes, and you walk through all manner of alleyways and streetways that have like shops, and as well as like these little like in the street setups, like a little market setups, and you pass by all sorts of illegal goods. Let's just say restricted and illegal goods everywhere. Again, more shady people. You're probably very glad that you have an inn with somebody down here, because again, it seems very dangerous.
So, is this anybody's first time in the Scourge District?
That's none of your
Yeah.
business, Chibo.
Yeah, but I'm not afraid to say yes.
Yeah, so you know to be careful. Very good. Well, we're here. Chibo told you he'd take you the way.
And you arrive to this building that has no sort of markings on the outside of it. There's like doors and windows as usual, but it doesn't seem like it's a normal shop. It just has a normal like metal door on the front. All the buildings on this street are kind of connected to each other, so you're not really sure where like this building starts and the next one beside it begins. Chibo knocks on this metal door, and the little slidey looky hole like slides open, and you see two peering eyes set in tan reptilian scaly skin look out.
Oh, Chibo. Yes, come on in. Well, come in.
And then the thing shuts and the door goes slides open.
Please, inside. Hurry.
Yes, we follow him in.
Yeah, we follow.
So as you walk inside, the inside is a lot more fancy than the outside. The outside looks like dingy, beaten up, not like a nice place at all. The inside, however, has like very nice polished floors, expensive rugs, a staircase that winds up the side of the far wall with a nice like chandelier on the top. There appear to be like hallways that go in either direction. Very different aesthetic from what's on the outside of the building.
Welcome to Pike headquarters. Listen, so as Chibo said he'd get you audience with Pykes. And Chibo said that he works directly for Boss. That was a little bit of a fib, a little stretch of the truth. Chibo's boss works for Boss. But Chibo pretends Boss doesn't exist because he's a real Slimo.
Which boss? Because you said boss twice.
Yeah, so there's the Pike Council, yes, at top. Then one person below them that's Chibo's actual boss. But Chibo hates actual boss. Chibo pretends actual boss doesn't exist. And Chibo pretends that council is his real boss.
Okay. And you're going to be able to get us a meeting with real boss?
So who are we meeting, Chibo?
Chibo trying to get you in with council. However, Chibo has to go through Slimo first. So Chibo takes you, meets Slimo. Slimo talks to all of you and clears you to talk to council. Maybe might ask you to do something and to get in the door, but we'll get there when we get there. Oh, also, don't call him Slimo. That's not his real name.
I would assume as much. We're already having to do something for you to get this meeting. So we're going to be asked to do more on top of that?
Maybe, possibly. But Chibo got you indoor. Not many people see inside of these doors. You skipped a long line.
Okay.
Chibo like signals you to follow him, and you go down one of the side hallways and around a room, and you come up to this one door, and Chibo knocks on it, and the door a few moments later slides open, and you see a Nautilin.
What is it, Chibo? What do you want? Yes, boss. Chibo brought people. They want to talk to council. Chibo respects you. Chibo brings them for you to do your thing.
And he kind of just looks at you looks back at his boss, kind of like gives a respectful nod, and then Chibo walks like past you down the hall, and you can hear him muttering like,
"Scruffy looking voodoo nerf harder."
I'm so tempted to just grab him.
Yeah, this Nautilin says, "Please come in." And
Thank you.
And it's a big office. It's also, once again, it's still very ornate on the inside of it. There are 3 sofas that are in a kind of a triangle position with like entrances on each tip of the triangle. And in the middle, there's a really nice round coffee table that has some crystal glasses, and it's probably some expensive brown liqueur. So,
Ragro will be standing because he knows this furniture is probably not going to hold his weight. It
Mott will be hovering
antique.
next to you, like next to Ragro. Also, like kind of like at roughly his height. Like I don't know how tall he is, but like about 7 foot. He's kind of like around there, just hovering with like the robes. Just kind of barely touching the ground.
What's on the table in front of him?
it looks like some sort of like fancy bourbon equivalent with crystal glasses. So Chibo brought you in. I don't like talking to Chibo. Just fill me in with what's going on.
I sit down next to Keenan.
We don't like talking to Chibo either, personally.
Understandable, but he's surprisingly good at his job, especially the torturing people who don't do their job well.
Well,
The name's Kef Domar, by the way. And who might you be?
I am Rem Shellish.
Rem Shellish. I don't think I've ever heard of you before. Are you new
That's
to the area?
good. No, that's good that you haven't heard of me. That's part of the services that we would like to potentially talk to the Pykes about.
Services. What do you think that you can provide the Pykes that they can't provide for themselves?
It's a great point. Well, you see, the Pykes aren't everywhere, though.
And sometimes they need to do things that aren't under the name of Pike.
And sometimes they would need a group as us to maybe assist as we might look for some help from them.
Well, the Pykes have been known to take on mercenary groups to do certain jobs that need to be kept under the radar. However, before you meet the council, you'll need to prove yourself in one way or another. One, that you're capable of doing these tasks that you say you can do, and two, that you are who you say you are.
I'm gonna flutter forward a little bit. I'm like, he's gonna have like a voice modulator on as well,
Oh, great.
right? And he's gonna be like, we're interested in disrupting the patterns of the Red Fang and Black Suns, which we know are your rivals in control of the area. We've got a personal vendetta against both of these organizations, and we thought it prudent to reach out the enemy of our enemy to assist with this. If there is anything you need done that will hinder their progress, we would happily see to it.
Well, our relations with the other syndicates are, I mean, it's no secret that they're dicey at best. However, again, we don't just give out that information to complete strangers.
There are a couple ways we could prove ourselves to you in front of you. One of which is we have a Wookiee. I don't know if you've ever seen a Wookiee fight, but if you don't want someone to have any limbs, we can provide that.
Cracks
My
knuckles.
protege was a Wookiee. I'm very aware of their capabilities.
Yeah, there you go. So that's just one example. Another example is our technological capabilities. We can find a way into just about a lot of information in any way that we come about it. It can come through people. It could come through technology. You know.
How about this? I have a certain job that needs to be taken care of. If you can do this for me, then I could see about getting you your counsel with the council.
He kind of like gives a smile and slight like body language, like he's proud of that pun.
Working on that all day, have you?
In Wookiee, we hear it. Try not to laugh.
Oh, he knows. His protege was a Wookiee.
Was Wookiee? That's true.
Yeah.
Let me see.
And he kind of goes into his desk and he pulls out, or he kind of like seems to be rummaging through stuff, and he pulls out this like metal card, and he places it on the coffee table in the middle and kind of slides it across to in front of Keenan or Rem Shalish.
Take this card. It has all the details you need for the job. Come back when it's complete.
We don't need to come back with Chibo, do we?
If you know the way here, just when you knock on the door, give that card to the guard out front. That opens the little peephole hatch.
That sounds not the right name to call it.
He's like, that's my personal
It is
name
now.
for it. I like to call it the peephole hatch.
You know, it's a peephole latch.
Yeah.
Give it to the guard behind the door, and he'll let you in. And you know where to find me. Now, I have other important matters to get back to.
Yeah.
And he
yeah.
motions towards the door that you came in.
As we're leaving, is there anyone with us to walk us out?
There is Chibo standing outside the door waiting for you guys to come out.
As we're walking, like as he's taking us towards the exit or whatever, she's going to ask if there's a restroom.
Oh, Chibo knows when you have to go, you have to go.
Of course. We've got a bit of a walk, and then the elevator and another walk. I want to,
Right this way. Follow me.
Thank you.
He kind of walks. He kind of leads the whole group down the hallway, and he points at a door.
Restroom right in there.
So you're going into
She
the
isn't
restroom.
using the restroom.
Okay, I figured.
Yeah, well, you tell me when you want me to talk. You're good.
Yeah. So what are you trying to do now that you know where
She
the
wants
restroom
to
is?
see, like, obviously, are there any panels or anything on the wall that she could get into, wiring in the ceiling, anything?
Yeah. Roll a average perception check with 2 setback. Everybody else roll a hard perception check.
I can't roll tonight. What are we doing?
I got a threat.
Wow,
Okay.
I don't feel as bad anymore. I have a question about advantage. Could I possibly find a vent instead?
I actually have something in mind that I think might be helpful. Keenan, you are just kind of looking around at everything in the room passively, admiring the ornate stature. It reminds you of home a little bit. And you maybe think that, yes, this is someplace that I would live in someday. When you notice the ceiling is actually kind of dark because it's a lot higher than the lights, and you notice something moving along the ceiling. As you kind of squint past all the lights and stuff to see what it is, it appears to be some sort of humanoid person on the ceiling, like crawling Spider-Man style.
Like following us, or just like above us, or
Above, heading kind of towards where the tops of the stairs are. Definitely does not look like they're supposed to be there.
okay. I'm gonna lean over to Ragro and say, "Get ready, big guy. There may be an attack imminent." And I kind of look over to Mott and Shay. Is Shay with us, or is she already gone into the
She's
refresher?
I think Shay was still with you. She was looking for, like, eyeing around for somewhere at least to plug in.
I give Mott and Shay both a look, and I start to pull out my my gun from my robe, or not from my robe, just from under some of my padded armor clothing.
Shay looks surprised but pulls a rifle.
Hand on
And
the
you
blood
pointed out-
weaver.
And did you pointed out all this stuff to them?
Is the thing still moving away from us, like towards?
Yeah, so I'm imagining, like, as you're looking up, you're kind of standing on the side of the room, and as you look up, you kind of are watching this person, like, kind of crawl across the ceiling towards you. Maybe you noticed actually, like, they crawled through like a window, maybe that was like really high up. Now they're like, oh, well, going along the ceiling, and it seems like they're trying to sneak to the top of the stairs. And all this is
Okay.
happening in, like, over the span of like 5 or 6 seconds. So you need
Yeah.
to probably react.
I would say
relatively
as soon as it's not like right above us, if it's off to the, making its way, I'm gonna just draw my weapon and take a shot at it.
Yeah, roll initiative. And I'm going to say cool for Keenan. Everybody else, vigilance. If you rolled a threat on that perception check, take a setback. If you rolled an advantage, which Shay, you did, you can take a boost since you're already kind of like looking around.
Wow.
Aha!
Sweet.
I am helpful.
Keenan got a freaking triumph.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
Oh wait, hold on. I was supposed to roll. Was I supposed to roll a setback as well?
Yeah, you got a threat.
Vigilance with the setback, yeah. Mott rolls a triumph and a success.
Oh.
But never mind, it'll be just a triumph. So what I'm going to do is... Okay, so Keenan, you take a shot at this this thing crawling above the ceiling. Go ahead and take a shot at medium range. It's pretty high up.
Okay.
Oh, and you rolled triumph too. So
It did.
in that case, I'll let you take a free maneuver, an extra free maneuver. Or if you take a second maneuver, it's free.
I'll do a double aim then.
Yeah, go for it.
As I'm like watching it on the ceiling, I'm just tracking it with my eye really intently to really kind of get a good beat on where I can shoot it.
Yeah.
3 success, 3 advantages. That crits.
And that is a pierce 2.
Yeah, it is a pierce too. That's neat. You take a shot at this thing on the ceiling, as maybe like 2/3 of the way across the ceiling, crawling across, and you hit it, and it falls from its spot on the ceiling and kind of lands in the middle of this floor in front of the staircase. And it appears to be an IG droid, assassin droid that's been modified for like crawling and climbing. It also is painted all black. You did 9 damage, ignoring 2 soak. Okay. And it crits.
Let's do a crit.
It can only act during the last allied initiative slot on their next turn. It's
Nice.
Doesn't
So it
matter.
doesn't do anything besides just having a crit.
Yeah.
Okay. And so next person, you just watch Keenan take a shot at this droid, and it falls from the ceiling and lands in the middle of the floor.
Okay.
Does it fall like on its legs, like
Yeah, it falls and kind of does the superhero
Lands
knee
mostly
landing.
upright. Yeah. All right.
If,
well,
it's a
if we
threat
can
to
avoid
us.
it, let's not rip any limbs off. I might be able to make something out of this if we break it enough.
Shay, not the time.
Just saying. Just saying.
Ragro's charging for it. As soon as it starts falling, he's booking it. So 2 maneuvers gets me engaged, right? That's gonna be constrained.
It's because it was medium range because the height to the ceiling. It's short range from where you're at.
Oh, okay. So I don't need to.
Just go whack it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go whack it. I can increase the stuff with frenzied attack, so I get 2 free upgrades. I mean, free. It's Oh, what
I'm gonna spend a Dark Side Destiny token to give you a negative upgrade
Okay,
as well.
that's fine.
While he rolls his attack, check out thetabletopempire.com. Buy our brand new Dark Underworld merch. It's nice. It's lovely. It looks neat. Go check
it
it
looks
out.
real cool.
I'm upset.
Oh.
One failure,
Nice
2
spaghetti.
advantages, and a triumph. So you take a swing with Blood Reaver at this thing, and its eyes kind of like rotate and fixate on the axe and manage to kind of like lean and step out of the way of this attack. What do you want to do with your advantages, and what do you want to do with your triumph?
How about this? Advantages, I'm good with just knocking the strain back down.
Great.
And then the triumph, I'm seeing it as kind of like it's a swing, lands on the floor, misses, and then he just sweeps his legs out from under him. So he's like knocked on his back.
Yeah, that works. So he kind of steps out of the way of your initial swing, and you kind of pull the back of the axe, tripping his legs, and he slams onto his back. While he's on his back, he kind of like pulls out his what looks like a wrist blaster, and he points it over at the group at the entrance of the hallway, and he's going to take a shot at Shay.
I haven't had a chance to use my new maneuver.
Hey, is gonna let you have the Healy stuff from your fun weapon.
You're not wrong.
Right side.
If I can hit him because he's down,
And he's gonna do
which
a
if
positive
he's prone,
upgrade.
I have a setback.
Just get a little closer.
4 success and a threat. That's 9 damage.
Oof.
For the threat,
Force.
I'll say Shay, you can take a boost die to attacking it.
And then 4 soak, so 5
Five.
damage.
And I passed your
Okay.
boost die, so you should see it when you go to roll.
Okay,
So for its maneuver, it's going to stand up.
There you go.
that's fine.
Good maneuver.
And that's why we knock him prone.
Yeah.
I couldn't use the maneuver for anything else.
PC. Next PC.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll take it. Well, now she Angie. So she's gonna go pew pew.
Grr. She got
Uh,
the grr face.
Short. This
And
guy.
make sure you can click on the weapons roll to do the automatic.
Since I already have a boost die, I'm gonna use I'm not gonna use aim, so I'll just roll. Okay, let's go. Come on, buddy.
I mean, aim is free if you don't plan on doing another maneuver.
3
I plan on
success
doing
and
another
then 1
one.
advantage.
Yeah.
So
It
that's
don't matter.
13 damage. That's going to be 25%. That's 3 damage. Round up is 4. So you heal for 4.
Heal for 4, and then I'm gonna do a sidestep maneuver. Oh,
Okay.
no, heal.
Sounds good. 13 damage.
To explain sidestep, it helps me avoid incoming ranged attacks. It's under outlaw tech talent.
Yeah. So you shoot this droid right in its center of mass, and you can tell like some of the circuits and stuff start shorting out and smoking, but it is still going. Mott, what do you do?
I will pull out a bola.
And Mott, you had a triumph too, so could he get a free maneuver as well?
I don't mean to
He had a
interrupt,
triumph.
but,
Oh, he did roll a
but
triumph.
Shay does need to spend that strain for the maneuver.
Oh, right, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Just keeping us honest.
No, I know, I like that.
Yeah, Mott, what did you say you wanted to do? Bola?
I want a bola.
Yeah, and you can take a free maneuver for your triumph as well.
Okay.
Steer
I
right.
don't really know that I want to like.
Well, you could aim.
Oh yeah, I'll aim.
You like aim
Aim and
for
aim.
2 boost.
I could double aim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because your second maneuver is free because you triumph.
Wow, that's kind of crazy. So I get 2.
Yeah, it's kind
boosts.
of crazy.
2 successes,
successes,
5 advantages.
5 advantages.
Yeah, so you throw your bola and it hits right into the face of this IG droid, and you actually just the head gets knocked clean off.
Oh,
And the droid collapses to the floor,
so
vanquished.
much for that.
And about this time, you hear footsteps run up from behind you, and it's what's going on here? And it appears Kef is now coming out to check out the commotion.
Blaster fire. Why
Ragnar
is
just
there blaster
stoops down
fire
and-
going on? Oh,
Ragnar's just gonna stoop down and pick up the head of the droid.
You're welcome.
Kef goes over and kind of inspects it and turns it over.
I'm gonna go
Oh.
over to it as well and try to hack in and see if I can figure out where it was sent from.
Kef kind of reads what you're trying to do, and he is like, "No need. Look right here." And he kind of points to a symbol that's like hidden on one of the inner components that's revealed from your blaster shot. Black Sun. Once again, this is the third assassin they've sent this week.
Wow, they don't
wow!
like
You,
you
thing
guys.
we were here.
you guys spotted it and took care of it. Wow.
Do we still need to prove ourselves? Because
I think you've earned an audience with the council. So yeah, this more than proves your capability. So if you will just follow me, I'll take you there.
He starts walking up the steps.
I'm gonna keep the card that he gave us, unless he asks for it back.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna pick up my bolo.
Fine. Sure.
I kick the body on the way out.
Shay, did you want to do anything with the droid? Was Abe
I
done
thought
that?
about taking it with us, but I'm thinking now that might be a
Keep the
bad
head.
idea. Well, it might have a tracker.
It might blow up.
It also might blow
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
It is an IG droid. So
I look through it and see if I can find anything like a tracker or anything like that, or see if it's a bad idea to. Never mind. I'm just not taking it with me. I think it's a bad idea.
You find you search through it. You actually are able to find a thermal detonator at its core.
Oh, can I remove it safely?
No, you just find it.
Easy mechanics check.
Okay.
hey, you're finally gonna get your thermal detonator.
I'm so excited.
Shout out to Noah for reminding me that IG droid had pretty much a thermal detonator inside of it.
Yeah.
That's an advantage and a triumph.
When
Wow,
I don't
yeah, you,
really need it.
This is no. What do you mean? You did need it. There's
Not
two
only-
detonators.
Wait.
pulled out-
There's-
I
You
have a
pulled out-
question.
Yes.
Can I use the Triumph to figure out that it's completely not bugged and then take it back so I can refurbish it?
If you want, I was going to do something with your tracker idea, but if you prefer to take it back, you could do that too.
I'll hear my
Reverse
options.
engineer the tracker.
At this point, I will let you choose between: do you want something tracker related, or do you want to take it home?
I already have a droid. I'll do tracker related.
Okay, so you're very easily able to remove this thermal detonator, and in the process, you spot a tracker that is inside of it. However, you realize that this tracker can be reverse engineered to see wherever the signal is coming from.
I'm gonna
And
do
so you
that.
hook it up to your data pad, and you get the location of the signal in your data pad.
Question: does this take me a little bit of time? Am I not being paid attention to?
Sure, I will say that while this is happening, everybody else is kind of headed up the stairs, and you're kind of below playing with the droid. Chibo is watching you, but that's it.
Okay.
It's just Chibo.
Okay.
Makes it
Once
work.
I'm
There's technically the door guard as well.
Yeah. Once I'm done doing this with the droid and reverse, like getting the information I need, I download that to my data pad, and then I connect into whatever I can find to connect into at their base under the guise. Well, I'm just gonna do it at first and see if anyone says anything. If they do say anything, she has to lie, and so she'll figure it
So
out.
yeah, you find a port, and Chibo's watching you and be like,
Shay, what are you doing?
How else am I supposed to give you this information?
What information?
Well, I just figured out something really interesting about this droid in the Black Sun.
oh,
I can reverse the tracker, but I need somewhere to upload it.
roll easy deception with a setback
Chibo,
because
easy
he's
to
skeptical.
deceive.
Skeptical, even though I sat there
Chibo.
on a droid for a while.
He's just skeptical
Chibo,
of anybody
very
plugging
gullible.
into their system.
If I no, that's fine. I was gonna butter him up, but she doesn't even know how to do that. So,
Oh,
what advantage?
Dear success and an advantage. Okay.
Chibo likes Shay. However, Chibo can't. It's not good for people to just plug into our system. So you
You
can
don't trust
upload.
me, Chibo?
You upload Chibo Watch very carefully.
That works. She's going to do it and hack into the system in most encrypted ways possible. He can look over her shoulder all he wants. He has no clue what the heck she's doing. She will
I'm
take
gonna
extra
say-
time and take even
What are you
longer to do
trying-
it.
Yeah, and what are you trying to do?
She's trying to figure out just any information that she can, but mainly she's trying to figure out about the shipment and about the meeting, or about the
Right.
attack.
So I'm going to say it would normally be hard because of the encryption that they already have on some of that data specifically. And on top of this, you're trying to hide it from Chibo, everything that you're doing. So I'm going to say hard with 2 setback. And it's going to be computers. And you do have light side destiny tokens that you haven't used at all.
Yeah,
this
I'm
mission.
definitely about to use that. Chibo, look, my eyes are so pretty.
Oh my gosh. 1 failure, 3 advantage.
How? I got
And the
these.
setback were useless. Chibo, what are you doing?
I'm so irritated that I have so many dice every time and it's not working.
Yeah. You are
I just don't like
not
me. The
quite
dice are
able to
mean.
get through. They have a really, really strong encryption system.
Yeah.
And you're not quite able to get through it. However, advantage, you don't set off any alarms. Another advantage, Chibo doesn't know what you're doing or trying to do. And is there something you want the third advantage to do?
Not leave a trace of myself. Like they can't find that I even touched.
Right. Okay. That works. So, and you managed to erase that you were ever there.
Yeah. I just
So-
kind of sigh and unplug and I'm like, I couldn't upload it. Too difficult.
It's tough security in here.
Yeah, it's all good. Where were we going? And she just kind of gets up the way.
Upstairs.
She follows.
While all that was going on, you're pretty much every the other 3 you've been waiting with Kef for pretty much for the doors to open. Like you're waiting for your audience with the Pykes. And about the time that Shay rejoins with the group, the doors, double doors, slide open in either direction, and it reveals a large rectangle room with a long, almost like a curved rectangle semicircle style table. Like it stretches straight on either side and then rounded corners at the end. And sitting at this table are maybe like 10 Pyke leaders. Walking out of the room is what looks like a guard and some other person wearing fancy robes. And Kef says, "Time to go in." And he walks forward. And some of you guys walk in behind him. As he walks into the room, he says,
"Oh, great honored ones. I have brought before you Rem Shellish and a couple of his team members. They are a mercenary group who is willing to do some off-the-books secret assignments for you. They have proven themselves, and I open up the floor to Rem."
We are honored to have this moment to talk with you, noble Pykes. We understand there's a great war going on amongst you against the Black Sun, which we just took out one of their assassin droids, and the Red Fang, all vying for power and control of this sector in this area. We wanted to come before you and let you know that we support the Pykes. We are here to assist you and wanted to know what can we do and offer as our service.
"A great many people come before us offering their services. What makes you stand out above the rest?"
and this voice almost like echoes throughout the room and reverberates. The guy's not talking very loudly, but the voice that's coming out is like very loud as it reverberates around this room.
Keenan switches on his own collar amp, and in a voice that almost overpowers the voice that just came in, says, "What makes us special? It's that nobody would dare to refuse an offer from us.
"And why is that, little one?"
He says condescending.
We know the Pykes are very powerful in all parts of the galaxy. We have power here in Coruscant. We are ready to offer this power and this assistance to the Pykes."
Roll a average negotiation check with 2 setback.
I'm gonna
Only
spend
I had
a
Loom.
I'm gonna spend a
have Loom
destiny
yet.
point. Oh, I know. Loom would be so awesome. One success, one threat, one triumph.
1 triumph.
Oh,
Wow.
a beautiful.
That's crazy.
So I would say threat is you're very, very aware of the situation that you're in right now
Yeah.
and who
Yeah.
you're in the room with. So take a strain.
Okay.
The success and the triumph is
It's not very frequently that one comes in this room and we can all sense greatness within. Very well, if you wish to be of help to us, we do have an assignment that will test your skills.
Kef kind of says to you, Keenan, you probably won't need that first card anymore. He kind of reaches for you to hand it to him.
Keenan dips into his jacket and pulls out the key card and gives it back to Kef.
Yep.
And he watches where Kef puts it.
The Pike leader, he nods to one of the other leaders sitting in front of the control panel, and the lights all start to dim, and hollow projectors in 6 spots on the ceiling all kind of point to the middle of the floor in front of you all. And the Pike leader says, and what's in the middle is a big box that Shay would recognize.
Is it what's being projected, or?
It's what's being projected onto the floor.
Okay.
This is a special package that is going to be arriving at our docks tomorrow night. We have a crew set to pick it up. We need one more group to just make sure that everything goes smoothly and that no outside interference happens. This box will be delivered to floor 1571. Our people know the location. We need you to oversee and again make sure no outside agitators try to steal or interfere with this operation.
Is this our only mission option? This one, or are there other ones?
Silence! You do not get to choose what you do for the Pikes. The Pikes choose what you do.
Shay just kind of nods and is like, great.
Now, go. And Kef will give you all the information you need. If you succeed at this, we will have further instructions.
Thank you, noble Pykes. And so Kef is still with us?
Yes.
Did that triumph, my negotiation triumph, do anything special?
The triumph is that you got to skip some other dialogue stuff, and they just immediately gave you the mission.
Gave us the assignment?
You press
Yeah.
the skip button.
Pretty much. They you immediately, you didn't have to work up to the full trust. You just immedially put you on secret.
Oh, this guy talked back to us. He's good.
He's
Not
got
many people that's stupid.
As they dismiss you, one by one, the Pike that was sitting in the middle of this table, he kind of gives a respectful bow, and then the two on the other side of him give a respectful bow, and then it kind of goes across, each person on each side kind of give you respectful bows, and after the last one bows, Kef finally bows back.
I'll bow as well.
And then he leads you out of the room.
Did I see where Kef put that card?
He put it inside of a coat pocket on the inside of his jacket.
Okay.
But yeah, everybody walks out of the room.
Yep.
And the doors close behind you. Kef says, wow, they put you on that job right at the beginning. You must have shown them something that not a lot of people have.
Are we allowed to know what that delivery is?
Listen, that delivery has been one of the biggest projects within the last quarter. The fact that I don't even know what it is. The fact that they put you on it is honestly mind-boggling to me.
So
But
we're
no,
guarding something and we don't know what
idea
it is. Okay.
Nope, it's all we know is it's a weapon. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
Kef, they just recognize greatness.
Game knows game.
Well, they hardly misjudge somebody. So
Can I roll insight when he says that? I want to see if he's being sarcastic.
that would be the closest thing to that. I think is vigilance.
What's the difficulty?
What are you trying to figure out? If he's telling the truth?
I don't know if he actually feels that way about Keenan. I'm kind of skeptical that that's his actual thoughts.
average vigilance check. Yeah. So he is telling the truth that typically they are pretty good at reading people, and you would probably know that nobody's ever 100% accurate with those kinds of things, but some people are just really, really gifted at reading and discerning people quickly, and so you get that Kef's telling the truth about the Pike Council normally being able to just discern people.
Wow. That's it. He slips out of character for that moment, and he's just so baffled by it.
Oh, here he pulls out that little card, and he plugs a cable that's attached to his belt into it,
That's handy.
and
What is that?
then unplugs it, and it kind of retracts immediately back to his belt, and he hands Keenan back the card. This has all the details you need for the job tomorrow.
Shay's intrigued. Shay's just like, wait, what was that? That was cool.
Do it again.
That's how we deliver all our assignments.
Keenan takes it and gives it to Shay, knowing that
holds
she's the computer person.
Just plug this into a data pad when you get back to a secure location. It'll give you all the details that you need. And this goes without saying, don't mess up. If you mess up, it better be because you're dead. Otherwise, the Pykes will have you killed.
We don't mess up.
You're playing it now at a level. Mistakes can't happen.
Oh, you have
The
no
best of
idea.
luck. And he actually heads down the stairs and back to his office.
Oh wait,
And
are
now
we
you
alone
are
in the hallway?
now you are alone.
I'm
Right.
finding another terminal.
Sure. You see one that's up there in that room.
All right. This time I'm just looking for when they were planning to attack, because now we know what the shipment. Well, we don't know what the shipment is. I'm also gonna try to figure
You
out
know
what
it's
the
a
shipment
weapon.
is.
All you know is it's secret and it's a weapon.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to figure out what the shipment is, and then I'm also gonna try to figure out the date of when they told.
Red
Black-
Fang to attack
Black-
the Black Sun.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
so
do
plug into
to
the computer.
distract-
It's again going to be 3 purple.
I'll do what I can to kind of distract any eyes away from
Um,
Shay if there's anybody around us.
And I'll say because you've tried this already, you understand the schematics of the security a little bit more, so you can add a boost die.
Thank you. Come on.
2 successes and a
Hey.
triumph.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Finally.
So you get into.
I should've
Okay.
used
So
it.
I was gonna make you roll to get into the system, and then roll again for
Information.
each piece of information.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is for the extra success and the triumph, I'll give you 2 pieces of information.
Hooray.
So what was the first thing you wanted to know?
What's the shipment? What is it?
The file. Okay, so the file that has where the information is like heavily redacted. The triumph, I'll say the triumph is that you're able to
Redacted.
unredact the information. It's pretty much a weapon of mass destruction.
Okay. Yeah,
It's
that's
not a
what she was
nuke.
guessing anyways, but
Yeah. It's not a nuke because they don't really have exactly like nukes. I don't think they have real like nukes in Star Wars. It's not that kind of weapon of mass destruction, but like pretty much it's meant
It's-
for leveling a very large area. It's a massive incendiary, like it's almost like an incendiary shockwave sand, like thinking like a sandstorm going in all directions, but it's like an incendiary wave that just like crushes and burns and incinerates everything within like a
sonic blast.
massive radius. Yeah.
okay.
So that's what the weapon is. And then what was the second piece of information you wanted to learn?
When the attack was supposed to happen between Red Fang Black Sun thing that they hired.
When the the attack was supposed to happen?
Yeah.
It's supposed to happen tomorrow.
Okay. All right, then I got my information. I'm done. I look around. I'm like, did you guys want me to check anything else?
No.
guys? Okay. Done. Get off.
Sure. And if you want, do you want to try to cover your tracks again?
Yes.
Okay, so do a average computers check with the boost die, but add 2 setback because you've pulled
Hold on.
information.
Ooh,
Your success, 2 advantages.
Well,
so close to greatness.
I was about
Yeah.
to say, please don't be failures.
Okay, so 2 advantages is you do a pretty good job of covering up the fact that you were there. However, if somebody was to really like go digging deep, they could see that like 2 files were pulled by somebody.
Yeah.
They would be able to see at what time it was pulled, but they wouldn't be able to. The 2 advantages is they wouldn't be able to like pick out your digital signature.
Okay.
So it'd be harder for them to figure out who was in
Yeah.
the system. But the other advantage is that you didn't set off any alarms.
Hooray.
Cool. So what do you guys do next?
I say we head back,
I need to talk to you guys. So
Um,
yes, let's head back.
and we need to figure out if there's a way we can get to the Black Sun before we want to start playing them against each other. So let's get back and maybe talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
As you walk out the front door, Chibo is standing there and he's like, friends. I take it talk went well, yes? Did you get audience with council like Chibo promised?
Well, it wasn't really thanks to you. We got audience with your boss thanks to you, but sure.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have gotten audience with anybody if it wasn't for Chibo.
You're not wrong.
No, he's got a point.
No, he's not wrong.
Now let's get out of this place. It's very dirty, very gross, very dangerous. Let's go.
Very, very cheapo.
And you guys spend the next like
Very
25 minutes
rude.
again walking back to the lift. Again, passing all manner of shady things and individuals. Did Mott want to buy any thermal detonators or anything restricted while here?
Oh yeah. Shay hasn't given you one yet either, by the way.
Can I buy
He hasn't.
thermal detonators while we're here?
You could roll streetwise to try to find them. But yeah, this area is where you would be able to buy pretty much anything that's restricted.
As streetwise?
A daunting streetwise check, but I'm gonna say add 3 boost die because of.
If you
There
ask,
you
I'll
go.
help you look. But
So-
if you don't ask, she doesn't help.
I also have a talent called Black Market Contacts. When purchasing illegal goods may reduce rarity by 1 per rank, increasing cost by 50% of base cost per reduction.
Yeah,
Does that help at
I'll
all?
say,
That increases the cost.
I'm like, Chibo, before we leave, I need to pick up some thermal detonators.
Friend, you want thermal detonator? Well, there's places around here to do that.
So you're asking
Dude,
him
can
to
I-
take you to the thermal detonators?
Well, so I'm just gonna tell everyone. So if anyone wanted to assist, although I guess if he's knows where they are, maybe that's
Chibo
probably
know where they are. Chibo doesn't spend time here. Chibo thinks here is bad.
I'll help you look.
I appreciate that.
So are you doing the black market contacts as well?
Yeah, I mean,
Can you do that while assisting, or is it?
so it just says when purchasing illegal goods, and I think because usually you do a check based on the rarity of where it is and how much it's going to be, and it just says I can reduce the rarity by 1 per rank. I only have
But you
1
do
rank, so
increase
It increases the cost of them. to do that.
but increasing cost by 50% of the base cost per reduction. So they're easier to find, but maybe a little bit more expensive.
Gotcha.
I feel like they're going to be relatively easy to find down here anyways.
Coruscant
They're all
is a
over the
good
place down here.
Yep.
Yeah,
Lacey,
they're all
you're
over
giving me a
place.
bonus die for helping, right?
I was planning on it, yes.
Yes. Okay. That's gonna be streetwise with a boost die, 4 purple and 3 more boost die.
4 success and 2 advantages.
Yeah.
Yo.
Wow. That's pretty good.
That's a lot
I'll
of
say you're able to
advantage that you can
find a place literally like right on your way that sells thermal detonators, and there appears to be a shady old man human working this booth on like the side of a building. It's not even like a real store. It's like a little marketplace. Has a little cloth covering with some boxes and crates.
How do I know they have thermal detonators here? Is it just like I'm talking? Like do I?
You
have
ask
I
around.
asked him?
Yeah, you're,
Oh, okay.
you're like asking around pretty much in a way that
sell
doesn't.
thermal
make-
like-
detonators.
I heard you sell thermal detonators.
Thermal detonators? Oh, not many people come asking for those. Let me see. Not this box. Nope.
He slides another one around.
Nope, not this box either.
Slides another box around.
I feel like with thermal detonators, you should know which box they're in.
Not this box. Nope,
Or not.
not this box either. Where? Oh, there's this box.
And he like pulls up the lid, and you just see a box of thermal detonators. Like not even like put in a nice little like styrofoam lots.
They're just full of
all
them.
piled on top of each other.
How
How much?
many thermal detonators were you looking to buy?
How many do you have?
Maybe like 18.
How much for the whole box?
Y'all are trying to make me obsolete.
Now we all just get one and coerce everybody.
27,000.
Does that include his black market connection thing?
No, we didn't actually.
That
end up
would
using
make it more expensive.
That would
That would
increase
make
the cost by 13,500.
Oh,
But you
wait,
didn't.
hold on,
You didn't roll against it.
Black market, his contact thing makes it easier to find, but it makes it cost more. So we didn't use it.
Oh,
But it seems like
I
we,
thought it,
we did
I
a
thought it reduced
different.
the price.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I haggle with him? I'd like to say, I'm buying the whole box, 25,000.
27,000 was the bulk price. They're normally 2,000 a piece, and if you buy the whole box, I'll sell you at 1,500 a piece.
Is that right? Am I bad at math? Oh yeah, that is right. 26,000. You got a deal. I've got credits right here, right now.
Roll average negotiation.
Can I show him the credits to get the bonus? Like just flash credits.
Yeah,
in
you
front
can
of-
flash them some credits to give a boost die.
People like to see money.
Yeah, they do.
2 success and an advantage.
Nice.
The bonus did nothing.
Nice. Yeah.
26,000, you say? This sounds acceptable.
You've got a deal. And I'm gonna hand him the credits and watch as my my money goes from 28,727 to 2,727. I now have 18 thermal detonators.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jeez.
and here, thanks for being such a loyal customer.
And he gives you a complimentary blaster pistol.
How nice.
Oh, good. That's useful.
Mott's favorite.
This was
Damage
on the
20.
house. Feel free to use it on any of my enemies.
If you've got a problem and you need someone dead, let me know.
He's got 18 thermal detonators.
Okay.
That's a lot of thermal detonators.
It is.
All
We just
right.
spent
That is
27,000.
Last
56,000
15,
credits.
by the way. 20
Oh, that's
base
great.
damage.
I've become the
It's
DPS.
pretty much a grenade-sized nuke.
But
As
yeah, but
you-
only for certain events. I'm not just gonna be throwing them around.
Wait,
As you're like
Cutscene to me, literally just throwing them around.
as you're like grabbing the box and getting ready to leave, I guess you're getting Ragro to grab the box. Shay kind of like
grab the box. Be very careful with it.
Shay kind of pulls out the other
Definitely
one she
don't
grabbed
use
and
them around the WMD.
Oh yeah.
Maybe just don't
Shay
bring him to
grabs-
that job.
Shay grabs hers out and just kind of looks at it sadly and was like, I guess my gift is obsolete now.
Oh.
Just tosses it in the box with the other one.
She was like, she still just hands it to Mott anyways, just like, I thought you would be so happy.
This means a lot. Thank you.
Now he has 19 thermal.
Now he has 19
Oh,
of them.
each thermal detonator is its own joy.
I love each of them
18
individually.
He
I
named
wonder if
them
he'll actually
all.
use all of them by the end of the campaign. I'm kind of doubting. He
I'll give
will.
it
It'll be a
shot.
goal.
Nate, don't test him. Don't. He will do it.
He will indeed. So
And
you
whether or
guys
not
head
he will
back to
need
the,
to is a
you
different
guys head back to the top,
Yeah.
where you met with Chibo initially.
As we're walking, so Shay is like, so Chibo, on the date, I'm going to have a chaperone with me. I hope you don't mind. But when were you thinking about this
Chaperone.
date? Yes, it's my own comfort, you know.
Only because Chibo wasn't completely honest about Chibo's position in Pike.
Thank you, Chibo. When is this date and what are we doing?
Date tomorrow morning before your job with the secret shipment.
In case you die in the evening.
Does that sound okay with you guys?
Yeah, have a good time.
I'm not the one going on this date.
It will be fine.
Also,
Don't meet him up at the house.
Chibo, do you speak Wookiee? Shriwalk?
Shriwook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chibo Shriwook Rusty. No few words.
Duly noted.
Chibo know that word. That word mean bad.
Duly
He
noted.
just nods.
So Chibo leads you back to where he picked you up on 1350, and he says,
Chibo looks forward to tomorrow morning. Chibo very good kisser.
and he kind of just struts off in a very happy mood.
Oh.
How does that even
Okay.
work?
I don't know. It's weird though.
I guess we'll find out.
No, we
And the
won't.
screen fades to black.
We will find out.
Everybody may gain 10 XP. Kind of forgot about Keenan's obligation actually, so I'm gonna say let's not roll obligation, and we
Okay.
will,
Also, that's
Keenan's,
fair.
Keenan's obligation will come into play next time.
All right.
So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Dark Underworld. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. This episode was powered by RPG Sessions. Go check them out using the link in the description below. Sign up for completely free today. Learn how to use it by watching our video that's up in the corner. It's a really, really great tool. We all love using it. A huge thanks to our Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for all your support and allowing us to do what we do. We really, really appreciate you. We will see you guys in the next video, but until then, and as always, Force be with you.
Bye.